Hello everyone, magandang tanghali po sa inyong lahat. So welcome to Brewing Live All New Season. So we are already on our 72nd episode. So nasa episode 72 na po tayo for mental preparedness in the new landscape of living amidst challenges in our present time. So Brewing Live is a community service of the CACC Coffee Republic, our coaching hub and home of certified life coaches here in the Philippines. So in partnership with Life Coach Philippines, our heart as game changers is to brew mental wellness, mental fitness in your space and help nurture holistic mental health for you and the people that matters most to you. So shout out to all my fellow game changers serving in this corner of the digital space and advancing life coaching ethically and authentically. So yan. So shout out sa mga pareho kong game changers, okay? So the life coaches who are also game changers. Okay, giving is a lifestyle that never goes out of style. So I encourage you to expand your heart today by supporting the works that we do by blessing the Cup Coffee Republic with your food and beverage orders. So we have delicious vegan meals and fresh guyabano for easy switch to healthy eating. So yung mga nagsiswitch, okay? Unti-unti nagsiswitch from unhealthy eating to healthy eating. So Decaf Coffee Republic is offering vegan meals and fresh guyabano juice. And we also have sausage platter, waffles, and cakes for your favorite and classic comfort food. Okay, so please check our FB page for the menu and sumptuous meals and refreshing drinks, or connect with Coach Rezzhel through our magic number 0917-586-1661 to bring Decaf Coffee Republic experience in your place, whether it's at home or at work. So we are open from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. for your orders on pick up and delivery. Okay, so ano lang, just call Coach Rezzhel at 0917-586-1661 for your orders. So for other ways to support our community works, you may now give us some stars. Ayan, sa kay Facebook kasi you can already give stars. So meron po dyan sa chat box an option to give stars, or to give stars. So may amount po yan, depende ko po kung ano yung gusto niyo pong ibigay, okay? So, or you can also give us some love gifts through fund transfer, okay? So, just check out the caption of this video for the bank information or the GCash account. So, if you just joined us today, ayan. So, if you have just joined us kaya makakapasok niyo lang po, welcome again for Brewing Live, and thank you for being here. So ayan, nandyan si Liz. Thank you, Liz, for joining me live today. So you may circulate the link for this video to invite your friends to watch with you. You may also tag them in the comment below and give them some shout outs, encouragement, motivation, and best, you just acknowledge and express gratitude to them for being there in your life. Okay, so let us thank the people who are in our lives today, helping us, or even those that are giving us challenges, is still okay. Let us be thankful to those around us. So as for me, let me give some shout out to fellow mental model collector. So ayan, si Liz na nandyan po sa atin is also a fellow mental model collector inside Be Learning Society by Master Coach A. So, special mention to fellow bronze badge holders. So, yung mga bronze badge holders po is yung mga naka 3 months na inside the Be Learning Society. So, we are already on our 5th month. September is the 5th month that since the Be Learning Society was launched last May. Tama ba? So, May, June, July, August, September. So, tama. Pang 5th month na po namin. So, if you are not yet a smart holder of the Be Learning e-card and you are still missing all the perks that we enjoy, today is the best time for you to take action and join us inside. So connect also with Coach Rezzhel through 0917-586-1661 to join the Be Learning Society. It is the 10th maker of Be Learning Homes for mental fitness. Enjoy a 5% food and beverage discount from Decaf Coffee Republic and get full access to the Mental Model Masterclass by Master Coach A happening every third Saturday of the month, plus the benefit of having a 90-minute free coaching session with senior life coaches from the Life Coach Philippines. So save the date on September 18. Okay, so next week na po yan, September 18 at 7 p.m. for our next Mental Model Masterclass as Master Coach A will teach about the multiplier skills mental model mastery. So katulad nga po ng naka-flash po natin dyan ngayon sa screen, multiplier skills mental model mastery. So discover the scary truth behind the garbage in, garbage out principle in learning. So kung familiar po kayo dyan, GIGO, ang ano niyan, a shortcut, usually tinatawag natin siya, GIGO, garbage in, garbage out. So know how consuming the wrong information can make you more ignorant, fixed-minded, assuming, and overconfident and blind followers of pseudo expert giving cheapjack advice. So learn what and how you should be learning so that you can experience accelerated success with less wasted time. So, 'di ba? Marami kasi tayong mga pinag-aaralan and a lot of informations are already available at just a touch of our fingertips, 'di ba? O touchscreen lang natin, Mr. Google, 'di ba? Very famous na sa atin si Mr. Google and marami na tayong pwedeng malaman. The question is, okay, are all that we are learning, are all the information that we are consuming, putting in our heads really useful to us? So ano ba talaga yung mga skills that we can develop that na pwede nating mag-aralan which will, okay, multiply our chances of success. So yun po yung sa ating next episode, it's the multiplier skill mental model mastery. So for more information and registration assistance, connect with Coach Rezzhel through 0917-586-1661. So moving on for today's episode, I will be sharing with you about your thoughts about you. Okay, so please do tag a friend and forward this video link and invite others to join us in our conversation on mental preparedness. So, for those who are encountering me for the first time, for those who don't know me yet, so let me just introduce myself. Again, I am Life Coach C. Bercasio. I am a certified co-actively co-create life coach from the Life Coach Philippines. And also, I am a mental health coach. So, I am one of the Master Builders Apprentice of Master Coach A. And our mission is as we build tribe, we help you make your unstoppable dream come true. I am also one of the three VIP students of Master Coach A in the 6 steps to six figure speaking career program. And in there, we've learned how to be a professional public speaker, but not just the technical skills, but also expressing ourselves from the heart, confidently is expressing our thoughts, our stories, sharing our message to those who will listen to us. So I am a wife. I've been married for almost 12 years now, and we don't have kids yet. So that's why my heart is to help childless women like me to find their ideal spot in life, claim their worth, and shine in their true essence as women so that they can give birth and the stigma in barrenness and nurture lives in various meaningful ways. And that is also why I have created the private Facebook group Absolutely Worthy coaching community. So I encourage you to join me inside. Okay, so if you are watching this on a replay, please comment hashtag replay and do send us message message if you wish to connect with any points that resonates with you. So don't forget also to have your pack my bag moments. So ano ba yung mga pack my bag moments? So these are the ideas that your takeaways or anything during this session that resonates with you, that touches your heart, and that makes a difference in you and how you view your life, the world, and everything around you. And if you are blessed with what I am going to share with you today, let us also bless others by sharing our hashtag Pack My Bag moment through our timeline, our Facebook page, or our Facebook group. Ayan. So you may find the YouTube link where you can watch the replay of all the episodes of Brewing Live in the caption of this video. So please do follow and subscribe to the channel so you will be notified for new learning videos when new learning videos becomes available. So yan, let us fill our digital space with great stuffs that matter. So before I proceed, let me just greet our fellow learners today. Ayan. So Coach Rezzhel, thank you for joining me live. Coach Tin, nandyan, and Coach Nords. And of course, the better half of Coach Nords, si Mayor Leonard. Okay, thank you for joining me this hour. So let's proceed. So our topic for today is your thoughts about you. So, bakit kailangan natin pag-usapan yung ating mga iniisip? Okay, so, ano bang connection nito? So, we are our, this episodes, this new season of Brewing Live is for the mental preparedness during our challenging, as we go through this challenging times in our lives. So sabi nga natin, mental health, it's the way your thoughts, your feelings, and behaviors affect you and your life. Good mental health leads to positive self-image and in turn, satisfying relationships with friends and others. So having good mental health helps you make good decision and deal with life challenges just like where we are in during this season in our lives, at home, at work, at school, or anywhere that we are in any space that we are in. Okay, so what are your thoughts about you? Okay, so palagi na siguro natin din tong naririnig. Who are you? Okay, ano yung pagkakakilala natin sa ating sarili? So how do we answer that question of who are you? Okay, so let's just pause and think about it for a minute. Okay, what are our thoughts about us? Paano natin kilala ang sarili? So do you think that you are your name? So my full name is Colleen Capino Bercasio. So do I think that's who I am? So, or my profession, your profession. Ano ba ang profession mo ngayon? So I am a life coach. You are an accountant, you might be an engineer, you might be a doctor, a teacher, educator. Okay. So your gender, or what do you think about when you think of you? So kung naiisip mo yung ikaw, what are your thoughts about you? Okay. So how we see ourselves or what we think about us is the most important factor in what we will do and the result that we get in our lives. Because of what we think about us is the start of everything. Okay, of the feelings that we will have, of the actions that we will take in our lives. So we tend to think that who we are is something separate from what we think. But the reality is, we don't realize that we are literally creating who we are by what we think. So, how we think of ourselves is shaping who we are, what we do, how we relate with other people. So often we are so convinced of who we think we are, we don't realize that it is completely changeable. Okay. So meron tayong mga pagkakakilala sa mga sarili natin. And we are so convinced that that is who we are. And we fail to realize that we can, that we are able, we have the power to change how we see who we are. So, yes, we can change who we are by what we think about who we are. And we get to decide how to define ourselves. It is actually who we are, who can define. It is actually ourselves who can define who we are. When sometimes we let others, the definition or the descriptions of others define who we are. So, what are your thoughts about you? Okay. So, do you have thoughts like, I just don't have any ambition? Okay, hindi lang kasi ako ambitious na tao. Or hindi kasi ako magaling sa ano. Hindi ako magaling sa math. Hindi ako magaling sa English. Hindi ako magaling sa science. Okay. Or hindi kasi ako yan. Hindi talaga kasi ako masalitang tao. Or the thoughts that, I am shy. Okay, I am shy. So if we think that we are shy, malamang the action that we take will align to the things that we think about ourselves. So malamang dahil shy tayo, so hindi natin magiging shy tayo when relating to other people. And the thing is, okay, is it useful to us that we think that we are shy? Okay. Ano yung mga nagiging limitation natin when we think of ourselves as that person, as that we are shy? Okay. Ayun, and what I would like to share with you during this session actually is some unhelpful ways that we think about ourselves. So why do I want to discuss with you the unhelpful ways that we are thinking about ourselves? These are the negative thoughts that we have about ourselves. So negative thoughts about yourself may be limiting your ability to believe in yourself and your own abilities and to reach your potential. So yung negative thoughts that we have about ourselves, okay, so the thoughts that we have about ourselves might be limiting our potential. So it is any thoughts that diminishes your ability to make positive changes in your life and that your confidence in yourself to take action to make those changes. Okay? So, ano yung effect when we have these negative thoughts about ourselves? So, what we think, our thoughts about ourselves might be on the negative side, which is most probably because we tend, okay, so our brain tend to protect us and so it tends to lean on the negative side of thinking. So what is the effect of negative thinking? Okay, so it limits the horizon of what we are able to think. Sabi nga namin sa lagi doon sa class namin sa public speaking, the only limit is you. Okay, the only limit is you. And for me, the only limit is you and what you think about you. So when we think hanggang dito lang tayo, ay malamang hanggang dito lang tayo. When we think we are right, we are right. When we think that we are wrong, we still right. That we are wrong. Okay? So it also leads to perfectionism, expecting that everything is perfect, and when one thing, even just a little detail is not perfect, okay, so we tend to like generalize everything that okay, uh, ayoko na nito, hindi siya perfect, may lamat na siya. Tapon na lang natin. Okay. So what does negative thinking do as well? It gives us a feeling of depression and hopelessness. So if you have that feeling of depression or feeling of it might be because of the negative thoughts that we have about us. So, and it also affects our relationship with others. So, our relationship with others might be undergoing some challenges. Not because of the other people, not because of what others think, but maybe it's because of how we think about ourselves. So these are the 5 unhelpful ways that we think about ourselves. So yung first of it is the and white thinking, or the all or nothing thinking. And when we do this all or nothing thinking, it is the way of thinking in absolute. Okay, so if there are things that is not perfect, we see them as a failure. Kahit konti lang yung pagkakamali. So if we have a 99%, 100 items na exam, and we are not perfect, ibig sabihin nagkamali tayo kahit isa lang. We see it as a failure. Not even thinking na nagkamali tayo ng isa, so 99 ang nakuha natin. What if others are, tawag dito, did not also have that perfect score? But we see it as a failure in us. So other examples of how we think in absolute. Okay, so either you are right or you are wrong. You are either a bad person or a good person. And ang malamang, let's check ourselves. How do we think about ourselves? Do we have this unhelpful way of thinking about ourselves in an all or nothing thinking? So, thinking that we are worthless. For me, before, thinking that since I don't have kids of my own, I am a worthless person. Or that there was a time nung wala pa akong boyfriend. Diba? I don't have any boyfriend. Nobody loves me. So those kind of thinking may not be helpful to us. So that's the first one. The second one, but it's labeling ourselves. So when you label yourself in a negative way, especially negative labeling of ourselves in a negative way, when you've done something that you or others don't like, and then we label ourselves negatively. Or just that, like we just have that label of, yung sasabihin natin, I am bad at math. Siguro kasi nung elementary tayo, hindi tayo nakaka-score ng mataas sa mga math exam natin or sa school, elementary, high school, college. I am bad at math. Excuse me. Or I am not good in English. Okay pa ngayon not good pero I am bad at English. Diba? Pero nakakapagsulat naman tayo ng mga letters natin. Resume natin. Those are in English. So far, hindi pa naman ako nakakabasa ng resume in Tagalog. And if we have work, malamang-lamang during our interview, there are English questions that was asked of us. And we pass. Kasi may trabaho tayo. Di ba? So, those kind of we label ourselves. And minsan, di ba, what's limiting about it also is like, we say to ourselves, I am not good in English. And then when we are asked when there is an opportunity to speak with a foreigner that might give us an opportunity for self-growth, for business growth, for just an engagement, conversation, just to know building relationship. Since we say to ourselves that I am not good in English, tawag doon, hindi na natin bibigyan ng pagkakataon na makipag-usap doon and be able to know that person and be able to build a relationship with that person. When I say relationship, it does not necessarily mean it's a romantic relationship. Okay, kayo naman, baka mamaya, romantic relationship lagi ang iniisip natin. Okay, so sabi nga dito ni Coach Glacy, okay, hi, Coach Partner, thank you for being here. So ako dati, sabi ko, I'm not good sa English kasi magaling ako sa math. Oh, so kung magaling ka sa math, hindi ka magaling sa English. So pwede naman palang both. Yes, it can be both. Okay. So, hello Master Coach Hasmi, thank you also for being here. So, labeling. And one of the things that we might be telling to ourselves, that we are labeling ourselves, is that we are not good enough. That we are not good enough. Ano nga ba kasi yung enough? Again, papasok dun yung sa perfectionism. When we say that we are worthless, we are not useful, we are a failure. Diba? So that's those things that we label ourselves negatively. Okay, so that's the second. So the third, we are onto our third overgeneralization way of thinking. So this overgeneralization way of thinking is the tendency to apply what happened in one experience to all future experiences. To all future experiences. Okay, so ano nga ba? So I did not do well today. So I failed today, so I will fail in the future. Or pinagalitan ako ng boss ko today. Malamang lahat ng coworkers ko galit din sa akin. Diba? Or things of things that we thought of ourselves in one instance, especially those negative one of being a failure, being not good enough. In every experience, every situation that we have in our lives, i-assume na natin na ganun nga tayo, that we are a failure, that we cannot do anything good. Katulad nga yung ano, sinasabi, example, I'm always late sa overgeneralization. Late ka lang naman, ilan? Isa, dalawa, tatlong beses. Diba? And then we think that I'm always late. And sometimes we are not aware of those type of thinking. That's why this is what I am sharing today with you, so that we become aware of these unhelpful thoughts that we have about ourselves, because it will affect how we live our lives. So on to our fourth. Our fourth is jumping to conclusion. So jumping to conclusion. So making assumptions about what others are thinking, or making negative assumptions about how events will turn out. So yung tipong bibigyan ka ng project. I can't do it. The thought of I can't do it, hindi pa nga natin nasusubukan, I can't do it agad. Diba? So that's jumping into conclusion. Or that thoughts of I will never amount to anything. Di pa nga natin nasusubukan, I will never agad. I will never have a boyfriend. Nobody will ever love me. Everyone is out there to hurt me. Diba? So jumping into conclusion, yung mga hindi pa nga natin siya nasisimulan, meron na tayo agad negative thoughts on the outcome of that situation. And it's how we see ourselves in it. Okay? So that I can't do it. So let's check ourselves. Do we say this often to ourselves? So that is one way that is unhelpful to us in how we see ourselves. So the fifth one is the should statements. When we have these should statements. Anong example nitong should statements? I should be better than I am. I should be better than I am today. Is that statement helping you? Or is that statement limiting you? If that statement is I should be better than I am today, if it siguro if it will drive you to become better, I could say it's good. But then in the end, not yung always thinking that you should be better than who you are today, hindi siya magandang feeling, di ba? Like it's like meron kang dapat ikaw na ina-attain mo, and sometimes that is the perfect, your ideal image of you, the perfect you, and then you come short of it, and you think I should be better than I am. And even if it drives us to take action towards our goals, how do we feel about it when we think of this statement? Because how we feel will determine the experiences in our lives. Diba? If you are sad about something, then our experience is about sadness. If you are excited about something, di ba? It will drive us to do even more exciting and fun things in our lives. Ayun. So should a statement, should or should not be, I should not have done that, 'di ba? Ano pa yung mga statements na you have? What are the thoughts that you have about yourself that you think are limiting you? They may be categorized into these five unhelpful ways that we think about ourselves. Actually, there are other biases that we have. There are other ways that we think of ourselves. But in this session, I'm only going to share five with respect to the time that we have. Okay? So ano yung five na yon? Let's just make a recap. It's the all or nothing thinking, or the black and white thinking. So that's the first. The second one is the labeling, or most specifically, the negative labeling that we have about ourselves. The third one is overgeneralization of the negative experiences that we have, and also jumping. And the fourth one is that jumping to conclusion, especially when we jump into conclusion that is not helpful to us. And the fifth one is the should or should not statement that we have about ourselves. So let's assess, let's think for a while. Okay, so let natin, what are the thoughts that we have about ourselves? Because that writing it down, making it visible for you is the first step, okay, on how we can deal with this unhelpful thinking that we have about ourselves. So these are the first steps and that I will be sharing with you on how we can do away with that unhelpful thoughts or that negative thoughts that we have about ourselves. So the first is identify these thoughts. Identify these thoughts. Write down. Yung journaling, it is very helpful to us. Whether it's the good thing that we write in there, or the not so good things that we write in there, but having it written down helps us to be aware of what we think. Because the first step is identify your thoughts, being aware of what we are thinking. The first step to anything is being aware. Kasi kung hindi tayo aware, hindi natin alam how are we going to take action to resolve it. Pag hindi natin alam na may sugat tayo, hindi naman natin yan ititreat, di ba? O sometimes iba pa yung nakakakita. Pero it's only when we become aware of the things that we need to work on that we can start taking action. So that's first is identify these thoughts. The second one is to challenge these thoughts that we have about ourselves. Challenge them. Okay? So sa Life Coach Philippines, we have this method of the table leg method of dismantling the beliefs with about our that the beliefs that we have, and these thoughts about us, these thoughts that we have about ourselves are somehow the beliefs that we have about us. Ano bang mga pinaniniwalaan natin? Sino ba tayo? Kasi sabi ko nga kanina, when we describe ourselves, we are so convinced that that is who we are. Hindi ako magaling sa math, hindi ako magaling sa science. I'm not good enough. I am a failure. I should have been. And we believe that. We are convincing ourselves that we are that. I can't do it. Okay, so challenge these thoughts. Challenge these thoughts that we have about ourselves. I'm not good enough. Ano yung mga nagawa mo na dati that you think you've been good enough? Ask others, and I am convinced that meron dyan magsasabi sa'yo of what are the good things that you have done before. And I assume, di pa rin naman tayo nakukulong, di ba? So we are doing something good in life. Okay? So that's the second step. Challenge these thoughts. And the third step is to look for alternative ways that we can think about ourselves positively. So let's look at alternative ways that we can think about ourselves in a more positive way. Okay, so yun nga, kanina example natin, I'm always late. Baka naman hindi ka always late. You were just late for a few times. Sige nga, you were just late for several times, but it's not always. And when we are able to challenge, so pag may nakita tayong something that can dismantle or break one of the legs of our beliefs, and then susunod, kasi di ba yung table, apat na leg, unless meron kayong table na tatlo lang. Okay? So, yung legs ng table, whether it's 3 or 4 or more, unti-unti natin i-break yung mga legs doon by challenging those beliefs that we have about ourselves. And that is something that we have to do intentional. And when we do it, I'm sure, ang sasabihin sa atin ng isip natin, hindi ka talaga eh, always late ka talaga eh. But we have to really be intentional in finding things that are good about us, the positive things that we can think about ourselves. And because, okay, it is a process, it might be a challenge for us to look for those things. Our third step is to seek support. Ang hirap naman din talaga na tayo lang din yung nag-iisip ng para sa atin. Kasi so, those beliefs that we have about ourselves, it's so ingrained with us that ang hirap talaga niyan, i-topple or i-dismantle or, but Tagalog nun, if somebody can help me, tibagin. Ayan, ang hirap naman talaga natin tibagin yung mga paniniwala natin that we have about ourselves. Ang question lang naman kasi doon is, are these thoughts that we have about ourselves helping us have that better life that we want? Is it helping us attain the dreams that we have? Is it helping us move towards the goals that we set for ourselves? Kasi pag hindi, yun, kailangan natin siya tibagin. And we need somebody to tell us, to help us see these beliefs that we have about ourselves dismantle these beliefs that we have about ourselves. So that fourth step is really very important. Seek support. Seek support from a medical professional. Seek support from a professional life coach. Be with a tribe that will help you, encourage you, inspire you to uh, shift or to have alternative ways of looking, of thinking at yourself. Ayan, so sabi dito ni Coach Nords, be aware of what we are thinking. Be intentional. Yes. And yon tibagin. It is a process. Yung pagtitibag, hindi naman yan one day. Because these beliefs that we have about ourselves, siguro yan yung kinalakihan natin. Sometimes these beliefs that we have about ourselves are the beliefs that we acquire when we were kids from our parents, from our teachers, from those people who have been taking care of us, who have taken care of us. And yun talaga na yung pinaniwalaan natin, and that's why it continues to be the thoughts that we have about us. And now you will have to uh, seek the support of others. For us, unang-una nga, to be aware of that blind spot. So with us at Life Coach Philippines, we believe in the power of having a community, a safe space where you can thrive, having, of course, a life coach that can help you see your blind spot. Baka nga hindi ka pa aware sa mga things that I have discussed with you. Okay? So, have have a conversation with a life coach. We offer discovery call, and let us discover these negative thoughts that we have about us that might be limiting us, that might be hindering our success. Okay? So, we all have negative thoughts about ourselves from time to time. But if the negative thoughts are more than the positive thoughts that we have about us, we might be undermining that happiness that we want at the end of the day. Our thoughts directly affect how we feel and therefore what we do in our lives. So let's check ourselves or book that discovery call with us and let us help you discover the thoughts that you have about yourself. So if you are feeling overwhelmed with these negative thoughts, you can consider contacting a mental health professional or a life coach to give you your mental health a boost and get you back in the track towards the life that you want, towards positivity. Okay, so don't limit yourself or what is possible for you by the thoughts that you have. Don't limit yourself and what is possible for you in your life with the thoughts that you have about you. Sabi nga dito ni Rene Descartes, diba? I think, therefore I am. So what are your thoughts about you? Are they helping you or are they limiting you? So if you have questions or if you want to know more about what I have shared with you today, connect with me, connect with us at Life Coach Philippines. Join our group, join my private Facebook group, Absolutely Worthy Coaching Community, and we also have Coach A Coaching Community, which will definitely be able to help you. So you may connect with me at my Facebook page, Life Coach C. Bercasio, or my Facebook profile, Colleen Capino Bercasio. I have also, kanina nabanggit ko, my private Facebook group, Absolutely Worthy Coaching Community. Or you can email me at coachcbercasio@gmail.com. Ayan. So, thank you for joining me today and supporting the advancement of mental fitness because of the ongoing MECQ that we have. The free talk on mental preparedness every Saturday at 4 p.m. is temporarily put on hold. Okay, so this is conducted by Coach Kevin every 4 p.m. of Saturday before, but yan, nakaput on hold muna siya. But you can still connect with us with any of your coaching needs 24/7. So yung number ni Coach Rezzhel, that is open 24/7, 0917-586-1661, and we will support you in the best way possible. So kung hindi available yung number ni Coach Rezzhel kasi meron nang naunang tumawag, busy na yung phone, you can connect with any of the life coach at the Life Coach Philippines. You can connect with me and we will be glad to help you. That's why actually we have here this season of Brewing Life, because we are advancing mental fitness. If you are interested to become a professional service provider, either as a life coach or a mental health coach, so um, connect with Coach Rezzhel through 0917-586-1661 to know more about the Co-Actively Co-Create Life Coach Certification Program by Master Coach A. We are now accepting also application for mental health certification and internship program with limited slots. So make sure that you make the reservation with Coach Rezzhel. So yun nga, number natin, 0917-586-1661. So health certification, sorry. Join us back tomorrow, same time and same digital space for episode 73. Ayan, so episode 73 na po tayo bukas, and it will be Coach Lynn who will be with us during our lunchtime date, and she will be talking about winning the war in your mind. So how are you going to win the war inside your mind? So Decaf Coffee Republic is located inside Pioneer Center compound, or widely known as PC. So we are just across Bayanihan Center in Pioneer Road, corner Brixton and United Streets in Capitolio, Pasig City. So again, this is Life Coach C. Bercasio, mentally fit to serve in behalf of Life Coach Philippines. This is us in the Philippines. So love bang boom, love bang boom, love bang boom. Bye! See you all tomorrow at lunchtime.